Welcome to Scandalous Truths. Today's episode takes us into the heart of an unforgettable wedding day, one that started as a dream but turned into a nightmare. If you've ever trusted someone deeply, only to have them betray you when you least expected it, this story is going to hit home. Buckle up, because what you're about to hear will leave you speechless. Let's dive in. The day was perfect, or so it seemed. Our storyteller, Ella, had been planning her wedding for over a year. The flowers, the dress, the seating arrangements, it was all meticulously organized. And of course, her best friend Sophie was by her side every step of the way. Sophie had been Ella's rock, her maid of honor, and practically family. But as they say, sometimes it's the ones closest to you who harbor the darkest secrets. Little did Ella know, Sophie had been keeping something from her. Something that would change their friendship and Ella's wedding forever. The day started off smoothly. The morning was filled with laughter as Ella and her bridesmaids got ready. Sophie even gave a heartfelt toast while they were getting their hair and makeup done. She said, "Ella, you're not just my best friend, you're my sister. I've got your back today and always." Those words would haunt Ella later. As the ceremony drew near, Ella noticed something odd. Sophie seemed distracted, checking her phone incessantly and whispering to someone in the corner of the bridal suite. At first, Ella brushed it off. After all, weddings are hectic, and maybe Sophie was handling some last-minute detail. But during the ceremony itself, Sophie's behavior grew even stranger. While Ella and her fiancé, Mark, exchanged vows, Sophie looked visibly uncomfortable. She kept fidgeting and avoiding eye contact with Ella. And then came the reception. The reception was meant to be a celebration, a time to dance, eat, and toast to love. But Sophie disappeared for over an hour. Ella began to worry. When she finally found Sophie, she was in the corner of the venue, arguing with someone Ella didn't recognize. That's when the first red flag turned into a flashing neon sign. Sophie was talking to James, Mark's best friend, who had flown in for the wedding. Their conversation was heated, and as Ella approached, she caught snippets of their argument. Words like secret truth and she deserves to know floated in the air. Ella confronted Sophie after overhearing the argument. What happened next was something she could have never prepared for. Sophie broke down in tears and confessed she had been seeing Mark, Ella's fiancé, behind her back for months. At first, Ella thought she was hearing things. Her best friend, her maid of honor, had been having an affair with her husband-to-be. The betrayal felt like a punch to the gut. Sophie claimed she had ended things with Mark before the wedding, but James insisted that Ella had the right to know before walking down the aisle. Now here's the twist. Mark had no idea Sophie was planning to come clean. He assumed it would remain their secret forever. At this point, Ella faced a gut-wrenching decision. Should she call off the wedding? Should she confront Mark? Or should she go through with it and deal with the fallout later? The next few moments would define the rest of her life. Ella did something few would have the strength to do. She took a deep breath, composed herself, and walked back into the reception. She confronted Mark in private, demanding the truth. He confessed everything. The wedding was over, but Ella wasn't going to let the day end in total devastation. Instead of a traditional toast, Ella took the mic and addressed the guests. She explained the situation, not to humiliate anyone, but to reclaim her dignity. The room was silent as she spoke, her voice steady and strong. At the end of her speech, Ella said something unforgettable. This day was supposed to be about love, honesty, and new beginnings. And while it's not the day I envisioned, it's still a new beginning, just a different one. Guests cheered as Ella left the venue with her head held high. Sometimes, the truth can shatter us, but it can also set us free. Ella's story is a powerful reminder to trust your instincts and value honesty above all else. Her wedding didn't end with vows, But it did end with a new chapter of self-respect and strength. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Scandalous Truths. If you've ever experienced a betrayal like Ella's, or have a story of your own to share, reach out to us. Who knows? Your story might be featured in a future episode. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and always seek the truth.